Thank you. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your FRANK26 UB2Bs. It's the 26th, good number, of December 2025. And I greet you in agape love. We are KTFalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. Before we do anything, we always go to God for guidance, for help, just to talk to Him. Will you join me? Abba, happy day after your son's birthday to him. Thank you, Heavenly Father. It was a beautiful day. By the blood of your Son, Jesus, through the Holy Spirit, I am in your realm, in your presence, rejoicing, rejoicing to be in your presence. And thank you for the ability to be in the presence of my family yesterday, my friends. It was nice to be festive and to remember that on that special day when your son was born, salvation came to all of us. We have no idea if it was on the 25th of December, but I do know that he was born and he lives. Well, Father, here we are again, getting ready for another one of our UB2Bs. What do you think? What should we say? What should we share? Give me the patience. Thank you for the knowledge, the understanding, the wisdoms. And help me, Father, that I can share with a responsible heart. I pray for the sick. I pray for the weak. I pray for those that are scared. I pray for those that are in the streets that are cold. I pray for the widows. I pray for the widowers. I pray for the orphans. I pray for the children that are being raped and abused. I pray for the martyrs. I pray for your missionaries. I pray to be worthy of your mercy and grace. Thank you again, Father, for your Son Jesus that died on the cross, and I know why he died on the cross. By the way, Father, I'm studying this. I don't know it, and I ask for your guidance. Who was it? Was it Pontius Pilate or Herod? I forget now. When your son was put on the cross, and they put that plaque above his head in 3 different languages. Remember, well, of course, it turns out that the Jewish leaders told whoever the king, whoever the leader was there, they told him, "Hey, look, change the way you wrote it up there. No, change that, change that." And who Pilate or whoever, he said, "No, I'm leaving it the way it is." Well, I found out today, Heavenly Father, that your name is on that plaque in the first letters of those 3 languages. That was amazing. I also heard that your name is appearing on the Wailing Wall with plants that are growing. That is amazing. I would like to write your name on every wall that I can find. In the name of your Son Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, I praise you. I worship you. I believe in you. I trust in you. I need you right now. Amen. 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 I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. And I hope you got to see the smiles on all of your family's faces as they saw your faces and they opened presents and they broke bread with you and they were merry and happy. especially you Minnesota Vikings that beat my Detroit Lions. Somebody teased me and they said, aha, we won. It depends on your point of view. What are you talking about, Frank? We beat you. We won. Okay. But in my point of view, because you beat us, we get next year's draft pick before you do. So I'm just and it doesn't matter if you won. Neither the Lions nor the Minnesota Vikings are going to the playoffs. Therefore, we won a pick before you. Now I know, right? Really, right? I mean, talk about looking for some ray of sunshine, man. Now we got our butts kicked. Congratulations, Minnesota. Both of us are out of the playoffs. We're not in the big dance, but maybe next year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about the Iraqi dinar. Everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. Okay. Premium, you saw me go in there and I shared some stuff with you in these last days. Christmas Eve, I was with you. Christmas, I put it in premium. And today, I'm going to pick up where we left off. Now, where we left off the last time I was, and by the way, everything that I say to you is just strictly in my opinion, okay? All right? I like my green shirt. It's my opinion. And my opinion can be wrong. All right. Case made. Let's move forward. Well, it turns out that the last thing that I shared with you on Wednesday night was this. Television is now showing that there is a delegation from Kurdistan. It's in Baghdad today. Now that was Wednesday, and they met with the Shiites and the Sunnis. And I thought, oh boy, trouble. Yeah, they met this delegation from Kurdistan. They're in Baghdad right now, and they're meeting with the Shiites and the Sunnis. And it turns out Shiite and Sunni leaders. And you're not going to believe it, but the conversation was all about passing the HCL and implementing Article 140. And of course, that got me a little emotional, and I was so happy to read that because, of course, they are. But what does that need? Continue. Now, Frank, the coordination framework just said on TV that they want to speed up the naming of the prime minister. And also, they want to limit the weapons to the militia for a more stable and secure Iraq. Really? What do we need in order to bring forth the new exchange rate, family? Security and stability. And who's bragging about it that we have it? The coordination framework. Okay. Who's that? Sudanese people. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Next report. Omar says, in his opinion, that the 29th is looking pretty good, Mr. Frank. It's looking exceptionally good because look at a couple of things. Number one, the 29th is the 15th. I know what he means. Yeah. They want to share, no, excuse me, they want to name the prime minister. Well, they already talked today about speeding up the prime minister, but we know that they want to get a speaker announced quickly. And then they could vote on the other important things. But in order to even have a vote on the HCL, we're going to need a rate, right? Right. And that's why you feel pretty good about that, Omar, huh? Yeah, me too, in my opinion. But it seems that they're going to need a rate if they're going to vote on the HCL on the 29th. So it depends, sir, on how fast they move with the introduction of a Speaker of the House on the 29th through the 31st. It's going to be really, really interesting. In my opinion, we should see a rate somewhere in that window. Somewhere in that window that it could leak a little bit in January, with the holidays coming, but 29th through the 31st is looking very promising. Yeah, I agree. It's looking very promising in the eyes of many of us here in Iraq, including in the eyes of your best friend, the economist. You didn't say that, Omar, did you? Oh, I convinced you, did I? Continuing. These reports are, by the way, from Wednesday late at night. Okay. I respond. I said, "Merry Christmas Eve, gentlemen. I just saw your report. It is amazing to see the Sunnis and the Shiites meeting with the Kurds about the HCL. I thought they didn't want it, huh? But now they do, because we're there. You either get the HCL or you get nothing, huh? What do you think? No wonder they were talking about Article 140 and the census recently. It's exciting because they can talk all they want, but unless they have a new exchange rate, they're just wasting their time. And it's the precursor. It's the fact that they say that they're meeting and talking about this that has us excited about our opinion. Continuing. The coordination framework knows what is needed for the monetary reform, and that's the security and stability that they are bragging to the world about. Come into our country. We're secure and stable. You won't lose. Invest in us. Our banks are secure. Frank Omar says the 29th through the 31st will be a very interesting time for us. That's the second time you say that, sir. To which I say, laughing out loud, so my economist is excited about the 29th to the 31st? Well, you know what, gentlemen? With all sincerity, with all sincerity, so am I. so so am I. I don't see any reason why we should not have at least 1-to-1. I'm hoping for January the 1st or in that first week, because everything that they have said to us so far points in that direction. It doesn't take a genius to understand what they have been structuring for you to understand. Iraqi citizens know very well that purchasing power is coming. By the way, tell that economist friend he is correct about the 29th. In my opinion, laughing out loud. If you remember when I last talked to you about him, he expressed, in my opinion, yeah, on the 29th, they're going to have the HCL and they're going to vote for it and pass it. Not unless you got a new exchange rate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then, I mean, look, and now for the third time. Now for the third time. My friends in Iraq are telling me, yeah, he did say the 29th to the 31st that we should see. And then he stops. Maybe a couple of days into January, like said, due to the holidays, maybe. Yeah. Frank Omar says that he expects Soudani to be back as the prime minister. Yeah. Nobody has done what Soudani has done. That's right. And the citizens know that. In fact, the enemy knows that. That's why they don't want him. The 29th, Frank, we should pick the speaker. Now, once that is done, and look for it, look for the picking of the speaker. Then Parliament can vote on laws and the HCL and the 2026 budget will need a rate. So we expect to see the rate during this time. Okay, doggone it. Me too. Then I respond, Brother Omar, I like your opinion. It matches mine. It matches our economist friend. It matches all the Iraqi citizens that we talk to. Brother Omar, from your mouth to God's ears, I'm excited about the 29th, and I agree with you. Due to the holidays, we should look around the second or the third for the rest of the world to catch up. Television just said that they are waiting on Maliki to announce that he's out of the race so that they can announce Abadi as the new prime minister. He was the former prime minister. Don't throw it. Uh, Say that again. Malikin's on TV and he's saying that he wants Abadi in because he can't be in, so he wants Abadi to be the prime minister. So I told him, I said, "Hey guys, change the channel. Just keep the." Yeah, yeah. Well, they say Abadi's gonna. Oops, sorry about that. Override. God bless it. What happened? That's a first. Sorry. If they say, yeah, they're saying that since Maliki can't be in, so Maliki wants Abadi in. Yeah, whatever. If that's the case, the information of the government will be a little longer because Maliki, he's going to have to start over and he's going to have to pick a new cabinet. Whereas Sudani, if he gets back in as the prime minister, he already has his cabinet. But let's wait and see. Now, that Mark guy, oh, what? That Mark guy, what? Savaya, what? I know he's show. I think he's there now. I think isn't he? But what about Mark Savaya? You like him, don't you? Omar, Eddie, Sammy, all of you, you like him, don't you? Yeah. Guess what? What? He's coming back. I know he's coming back. Well, we want to tell you something. What? That that Mark guy is coming from USA, coming here after Christmas, and that's when we should see the fireworks. The what? The fireworks. That's a coincidence. Um, okay. All right. Let me see what I can do here. Mark was there a couple of months ago. Mark was there last month. Mark was arriving probably already now. And who sends Mark? Ah, Donald Trump. Okay. And who's in control of the monetary reform of Iraq right now? Donald Trump. Yep, that's exactly right. Alrighty. So, Mark, you're coming back, and you're coming back, Mark. You say? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming back to Iraq. Well, you do know, Mark, that on the 29th they're going to form their government. Yeah, I know that, and I also know that on the 31st they're going to cancel 1310. Well, Mark, since Trump, in my opinion, since Trump is, calling all the shots for the monetary reform, did by any chance did Trump give you an exchange rate that they should have? Well, Frank, why don't you wait and see what happens on the 30 at the in the first week of January? I don't want to. I want to ask you now because I don't see any other reason for you going. And I also don't see any other reason why they shouldn't have a new exchange rate, because everything that they said leads to it. I mean, if there was confusion, okay, but they sent the economist out every day for almost 2 weeks, and he made it very clear what's going on, in his opinion. Well, why give us that as opinion? In the Middle East, you don't give opinions. Opinions are established. Opinions are created. Opinions are given. No one, nobody wants your opinion. So I don't know, man. I got a, I got a strong feeling that Mark is bringing the football. Now, as long as he doesn't fumble it like my Detroit Lions, um, we should have a touchdown. If that's okay, well, okay. Frank, that Mark guy from the USA, he's coming here after Christmas, and that's when we should see the fireworks. To which I said, kaboom! Yeah, yeah, we're on the same page, guys. Whether it happens or not, we don't know. We're gonna find out, aren't we? Shoot, it might be a wet firecracker. Then they wish all of us Merry Christmas the next day. On the television, Al Kadhimi exporting oil at $60 a barrel will secure employee salaries, they say. Frank, the television now has this. And, well, they have this because they're telling us this is why they think that Sudani will be reelected. It's under the category of the political movements. They say no prime minister will be approved without international consensus. Tell me, Dubai, do you want Maliki? Tell me, Saudi Arabia, do you want Maliki as the prime minister of Iraq? United Arab Emirates. Tell me, you want? I didn't even ask the question. Where'd they go? The heck? Nobody wants Maliki. Can I see a show of hand? Anybody wants Maliki as the prime minister over here in the Middle East? Okay. So, Omar, you suggest that well, you don't suggest, but the television is saying that they think that this is why Sudani is going to be reelected, because no prime minister will be approved without international consensus. Yeah, no. The economists are your BFF, Frank. What my boyfriend got to say? What do you say? What do you say? The Economist says Iraq is not going back to any 3-year budget. It will not be needed, in his opinion. You son of a gun. Yeah, I agree with that too. They did the tripartite because you didn't have a rate. They had to group it together. But you're right. The Economist here. Yeah, yeah, and very beautiful as we walked into Christmas. Iraqi citizens celebrate Christmas Eve in Baghdad at the cathedral. And while that was happening, our president sent some angels to visit some ISIS, just as promised. And they got a coal in their stockings, just as promised. When the world witnesses things like that in Iran and what they witnessed yesterday, well, it gives me as an American a, a good sense of confidence in the leadership of my country. Frank Sudani's on the television and he's saying that we need to reevaluate our economic situation due to high expenditures that we have been causing. We have great deficits. Now, obviously, the man is setting it up to introduce a new exchange rate. I don't know. Gentlemen, thank you for your well wishes. Merry Christmas to all of you. God bless you and your family. I will read your reports later today. I'm with my families. Then the next reports come in and they say, Frank, here's a summary. And this is what I shared with you in premium last night, KTFA family. So Omar sends a summary last night. Breaking news from Iraq today. We have three issues to talk to you about, Frank. Number one, the Christmas ceremony controversy. The Chaldean Catholic petition in Baghdad uses the word normalization. Normal? That was 2 days ago. And they say that they used the word normalization during his Christmas Mass speech, sparking controversy. Some thought that he meant it at normalizing ties with Israel. Iraq's prime minister clarified that this was about making Iraq a welcoming place for all, not about Israel. Number two, Iraq and China trade. Iraq's trade with China hit around $58 billion, making China one of the top trading making China one of the top trading partners for Iraq. Number three, oil exports. November oil exports totaled just over 106 million. To which I say, gentlemen, you can pick any value, any product. You can pick any of your products. They're all valuable. Everything in your country is precious. And just one item alone, like for example, oil, but any other item that you give me is enough to support your new exchange rate at least at 1 to 1. Your country is incredibly rich, so you can imagine what your value will be very soon. Also, this is from the Iraqi government, Frank. They're saying that the United Nations Assistant Mission, UNAMI, has just signed on this past Thursday the framework for cooperation for sustainable development for the periods of 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 in order to strengthen cooperation on four main strategic axes. Sir, the world is waiting for us. To which I say, well, anyway. Next report. Television shows us today that Mark guy, you know, from the US of A, he will be here at the first of the month. So it looks like there's no change in the date until he gets here. Because in my opinion, Mr. Frank, Mark is the key. He's the key to give the okay from the United States of America. So we hope around the 1st of January, means January 1st. Let me put it this way. If you see that they are voting on HCL, it is then because he's bringing it. If you see that they are voting on the HCL with the census, that means that he's bringing it for the HCL and the lower notes. That I can say is a fact. So on the 29th, as you say, Omar, look for it, Frank. Look for the vote. Look for the vote. We are. Mr. Frank, check this out. This is for you from Omar. Here's the rundown from Iraq today on this day. The Iraqi Gazette just released a what? Oh, you know about this, don't you? Yeah. The other guys told you, didn't they? Stop it, Frank. Behave. Just because you got a good team, you don't have to brag about it. Okay. But I can be proud of them. The Iraqi Gazette just released a presidential decree. Whoa, that's serious. No wonder it's in the Gazette. What did he say? The Iraqi Gazette just released a presidential decree calling for Parliament to convene on December the 29th to elect a speaker and to get the new legislative session rolling. That was the decree? Yeah. Well, that would be from the president in the GOI, right? You go, yeah. Then they're going to definitely sit. And what does he want? Pick the speaker and establish the government? Dang, that's what we want. There's more, Frank. The what? What's that? What more you got? What? I forgot. Who is that? Who was that? Happy Days? Who was it? I can't hear you. Yeah, but who was Horseshack with? I forgot. Who? Oh, is it Mr. Carter? Mr. Carter! Mr. Carter! That's right. It was Benny Barbarino. What? What? There's more? Yeah. What? What more you got? There's also some buzz, Mr. Frank, around the Iraqi dinar. Whoa! What? It looks like it might be moving. It looks like moving within a 15% parity of the U.S. dollar to some new directives from the central bank. Are you serious? What? What did? First of all, that don't make no sense. And second of all, that kind of makes sense. That would be an interesting start. But it doesn't. Well, I mean, I don't mind. But then again, oh no! This is from Omar, and he says, Frank, realize that this is just my opinion. This is only my math. Okay, it's not from the television, and it's not from anybody with authority. It's from me, Omar, only. Right now, the exchange rate is roughly one Iraqi dinar equaling about 0.000763 USD. Now, if the dinar were to reach within 15%, within to reach within about 15% of the dollar, well, that would put it somewhere around 85 cents per one dinar. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But that's still not the goal. Okay, let me continue to read. It would put it within the. If the dinar were to reach within about 15% of the dollar, that would put it somewhere around 85 cents USD per one dinar. Just a hypothetical scenario. Now, Omar says, don't believe it. Well, I didn't believe it. I even questioned it to you. Omar says, don't believe that 50% of the dollar mess. We just found out. It's from Maliki. Oh, shoot. What? It's from Maliki Television. And they say from CBI, but the CBI isn't saying anything. We got a hold of the CBI, and they said, that's not true. We never said that. We never said that. Oh, man. All right. Well, first of all, was the Gazette president thing for real? Oh, no, that was for real. Okay, so then they are going to sit and they are going to vote. Okay, and then of course Malachi's people want to take credit. And then you double checked with the CBI? Yeah, we did. I told you it didn't make sense, but then again, it did make sense. But then again, it doesn't make sense. But then again, even at 85, we could. Well, but no, it's not enough. And that's when I started to respond, and I answer a lot of the posting that they did. And here we go. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas holiday. Now, concerning your report, the first one where you are suggesting that Mark is the key to the permission of the, that Mark is the key to the permission of lifting the value of your currency. Well, I find that very interesting. I find that very interesting. And I can also support it because, in my opinion, Donald Trump is sending the permission, the okay to lift the value via Mark's delegation, in my opinion. Omar says he thinks that Mark guy is the key. No, really, he really thinks Mark that's coming. He thinks he's the key to the new way. That you see, we were told sometime after Christmas, but today now they say early January. So, hey, it's a reason why Mark is changed. He's not coming now. We thought he was already here, but today we find out that he's not going to get there until like the first or second or third or something like that of January. Okay, let us do our thing from the 29th to the 31st. I'll see you on the 1st. So today, you have a presidential decree from Parliament to sit on the 29th. Wow, that's a very direct command. And I believe that they will obey. We should see your government formed, and we should see the HSL, and we should see a new exchange rate, and we should see the lower notes from 29th to the 31st. Anything short of that is a complete failure, especially with Mark arriving right after you're supposed to do that. Omar says if they get to the HCL, then they will need a new rate. I mean, that's it. If they do, and what are we looking for on the 29th, guys? What do you tell me to look for? There you go. So the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st is going to determine an awful lot of what will happen on the 1st of January. Yeah, I know the sun will come up on the 1st of January, but what will it bring with it? Omar says if they get the HCL, then they will need a new rate to do that. To which I say, Omar, you just used the word parity. And he used the word parity. Also, there's some buzz around the Iraqi dinar. It looks like it might be moving within 15% parity of the US dollar. To which I say, so today you have a presidential decree for Parliament to sit on the 29th. That's a very direct command. And I believe that they will obey it, especially with us there. And we should see your government formed. And we should see the HCL. And we should see the new exchange rate. And we should see the lower notes from the 29th to the 31st. Anything short of that is a complete failure. Omar says that if they do get to the HCL, then they will need a new exchange rate to do that. Omar, you just used the word parity. Brother, that means equal to. That's why I'm a little confused. I believe they are trying to tell you that they're going to hit at 1-to-1. That is a parity. So they tell you today that your dinar may be within 15% parity of the dollar. Okay, whatever. It's interesting. But the goal is 100% in order to but the goal is 100% parity, not paired with each other, but on par with each other at an international level, like a basket. So the 15% doesn't really mean much to me. It doesn't impress me. But the fact that they are talking to you about a parity with the American dollar is the definition of a float in a basket, which is the next step in your monetary reform. Indeed, I find this a reason to celebrate. This is great information, what they're talking to you about. Even if it's a rumor. Frank Omar says, no, 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 please don't say that that 15% is for real. This is from Malachi's station, and my guys talked to the CBI today, and they denied it. They have said no, we did not say that. We did not say that. News station said it was from the CBI. So please, no, 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 no. And yeah, okay, I already made that very clear. This is Malachi's idiots. To which I then said, I then respond and I say a lot to them and I say the following. According to your math, Omar, and I haven't caught up to that last statement of his. According to your math, Omar, that would come out at 85 cents per the dinar. Well, that's kind of close to one, but now I read where you're telling me that this is not from the CBI. No wonder. This is not the CBI suggesting it. Instead, it is from Malachi's idiots that are suggesting this. Okay, fine. Let's reassess. Let's reassess this. Number one, reboot, reset. Let's reassess this, okay? Number one, we all know a change is coming. Number two, so Malachi's people want to jump on the bandwagon and take credit. Number three, 15% is not enough. It's not enough of a number. Number four, only the CBI has the authority to talk so boldly about the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. And number five, Donald Trump is in control of your monetary reform. We don't need the losers of Malachi's group to tell us anything about the monetary reform that has been kept away from them in order to protect the new exchange rate for such a long time. Okay, no problem. Good. Now let's move on. Omar says, I beg of you, please don't let anybody think that it's 85 cents, okay? It's just a rumor from those idiots. We've already confirmed that it's a lie. My guys talked to the CBI. It's not true. My guy, the economist, also says that it's from the news station, la, 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 la. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry. But then I say, hey, but, let's talk about Mark. Okay, if Mark is arriving in the first week of January, he would be great. Because in all honesty, you need to establish your government. You need the HCL. You need to do all these things, and all that probably won't kick in until probably the beginning of the year. So if he comes right after the holidays, that's better, in my opinion. Somehow or another, Omar, you must have gotten some inside information based on someone's opinion, wink, wink, about Mark. I mean, because I agree that what he's bringing is the football. So let's see what he brings from Trump, considering the monetary reform. Now, when I say the football, I'm not talking about the suitcase that the president carries with the nuclear codes. I'm talking about the football that my Detroit Lions should have never dropped last night. And I was a running back. And one of the things about the football is that it's your baby. You don't let no one pry your child away from you. You don't let no one hurt it. You don't drop it. You don't fumble it. You caress it tightly. And when you're in the crowd, you hold on with both hands. And when you're out in the open, you can run with one arm. But you know how to take care of the football. And so does Mark. Frank Omar says all of this is just in our personal opinion. I know, and I respond. I said, I know, Omar. I know, I got you, bro. I got you. Like I have always said, the moment that you see the HCL, even if you get a whiff of it in the air, you are in the realm of a new exchange rate. The same thing for the lower notes, gentlemen. In fact, they may be simultaneous. Listen, because they both depend on a new rate. So when the new rate appears, both of those will also appear. Yes, I understand the 15% is from the idiots. And I understand, like I told you, that I'm not even considering it. In fact, I gave you 5 reasons already why I am not considering it. But more importantly, more significantly, I am not considering it because of the arrival of Mark. To which Omar says, thank you. Even though it is a rumor, gentlemen, Omar realized the significance of a rumor. Everyone knows a new exchange rate is coming. So Maliki's people want the Iraqi citizens to think that they are involved. They want to impress the citizens of Iraq and say, we are involved in the process of the new exchange rate. And they come out with these ridiculous statements that have no validity and have nothing to back it up with. This rumor itself, the fact that it is alive, is what I find interesting. Everybody knows the truth, and they know that the truth is coming, and it's not through Malachi's people. In my opinion, T minus 3 days and counting to see what happens on the 29th. How they doing, Tink? Are they getting bored? They're all right? I don't want to bore them. I can stop at any time until I'm told to. Frank Omar says, nah, it's nothing but lies, brother. It was all started that way. So please, back us up in your report. It's lies. And you know how the internet is. They're going to take this lie and try to make it seem like it's their information. And we checked this out with the CPI. Our people here at the bank made the phone calls, and we found out it's a lie. So why even think that Malachi is doing anything good for us? He is evil, and always starting issues. My guy talked directly to the CBI. It's a lie. Okay, no worries. Calm down. They're just very sensitive, family, because people take our image. They take our voice, our face. They take word for word of what we say, and they make their YouTubes out of them. So he's afraid that if somebody gets a hold of this, they're going to say, the CBI just declared. No, they didn't. Malachi did. You have the advantage to know this. So when you go to the other sites and if they cause trouble, put the fires out. Hey, Omar, maybe you're not understanding me, okay? I got your back, man. I know that these are lies, and Malachi is using them to make himself look good. That's what deceivers do. They take the truth and they bend it for their advantage. Like I told you at the very beginning, I didn't think it just didn't make any sense when you said that what? A parity of 15%, it should be of at least 100%. But I said, but it does have potential because at 85 cents we could be close. But no, that's not it. That's not the goal. So something's wrong. And that's what I told you that. That's what deceivers do. They take the truth and they bend it for their advantage. Like I told you at the very beginning of our conversation today, it didn't make any sense at 15%. It should be 100%. So they don't even know how to lie properly. Now, don't worry. I promise you, the last thing I'm going to do is talk about Malachi. but what I'm thinking about is Mark. I'm for real, man. And I'm thinking about the 29th to the 31st. And I'm thinking about the first week of January. These are things worth thinking about. you know, because of our distance, the time, Eventually, we catch up with each other in our conversations. And he says, "Oh, okay, I see now. Okay, I got okay. That's good." Smile. By the way, Omar, you really think that Mark is bringing the new exchange rate? And if you really think he's bringing a new exchange rate, why do you feel that way? Would you like the answer from a guy that works at Rafadin Bank in Iraq? Is getting ready. Would you like his answer? By the way, what's the title of your UB2B? When Mark is coming. Why do you feel that way, Omar? Why do you think that the 29th might bring in, the new exchange rate? Or, 29th to the 31st? Why? Because he's the one that brings the money to pay the deal for militia to agree to lay down their weapons. Huh? Because your Mark guy, when he gets here, he's the one that's going to bring the money to pay the deal that was made to pay the militia to agree to lay down their weapons. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. So that's why you feel that way, huh? Yeah. You son of a gun, Omar. Huh. Hey, Omar, money talks, BS walks, huh? Mr. Frank, I sent to you days ago that he's paying cash deal for them to lay down their weapons. Very good. Yeah, Omar, you have to forgive me. I deal with hundreds. I deal with hundreds of things on a weekly basis. But yeah, I remember. I remember now, and thank you for reminding me. This is a very good, significant sign. I don't see the internet talking about it. They don't know about it. They forgot. But you're right. He is bringing the money in order for them to lay down their arms. That is very significant. I too would lay down my arms if I knew I was going to be financially rewarded, because that's the reason why I would have arms in the first place, because I would be looking for financial gain. Oh, Trump always goes to the core of the issue. What is it that the militia want? To be rich and in control. Let's start with making them rich. Want some money? What? Oh, I got your attention. Want some money? If we have money, we can be rich. If we rich, we can buy weapons. Yeah, we take the money. And if you buy weapons with that money, we'll blow your ass up. Mr. Frank, the coordination framework just announced postponement of naming the prime minister until after the Speaker of the House is named. This is running by the Constitution issues. We have a 15-day limit on naming the prime minister, which is up until the 29th. This is very interesting what's going on. First, Mark changes, and now this is happening. Berzani now also, he just made that Halabusi name. He put it on the list for the speaker, and he demands a replacement. He said, "What? This clowns are going to mess around and not vote anyone in. Watch, the framework is already going against the Constitution." So as things are working themselves out, of course you're going to have people being jackasses. To which I said, that's very surprising. To be honest with you, that's very surprising. But I will keep silent because I know I know we're not going to allow any of this nonsense anymore. And that's why we are there. And that's why we are sending even more people to stop this type of nonsense. Because in the United States of America, we don't play this stop and go game. Okay? So let them say whatever they want to say. Just watch what they do. The framework just said postponing it until after the speaker. And now the speaker looks like it's going to be a fight. Nobody likes the list of candidates. Well, of course not. Of course not. You guys are inbred to argue. Then he says, wouldn't it be amazing if we see the deletion of the zeros of the notes around the same time that Parliament starts on the 29th? This is me, Omar, saying this. Well, yeah, buddy, that's what we've been talking about, and now you're concerned that they're not going to be able to because they're picking the speakers or not. You don't know yet. Wait. The best time, Frank, to do a significant rate change would be at the beginning of the year in the budget time. So they must address the HCL and the 26 budget. Thus, we think to see a rate first. This is like the fifth or sixth time that he repeats this. Because it's not a rumor. And I respond, indeed, Omar, that's when you and I are both expecting it between the 29th and the 31st for the government to sit down, for the HCL to be voted on, and possibly for the lower notes also to be introduced to this new exchange rate. And he says, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Next report. Omar says once they get the speaker and his two deputies elected, look for it on Monday. Then they will get stuff done or vote on stuff that they will need for the new rate. So it depends on how long they push around the speaker position. I know, and I know you're concerned about it. No, I'm not. We're watching. And not from a distance. Mark will show up. But I do agree that, yes, we want to observe, we want to watch, we want to see what happens starting on the 29th. And then we had some medical issues, and I'm going to stop. How'd you like your UV Tubi? Almost an hour. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn things that you didn't know before? I hope so. And I hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas. I leave you by telling you that many of you are trying to reach out to purchase dinars. I'm going to take 3 minutes here to show you um, an example, because you got to get this right. Okay. If you wish to purchase dinars, I am a registered agent with a licensed broker with the United States Treasury. That means they have the prerogative to inquire about me. They can listen, probably, if they want, to me. Now, what I need from you is when you call to place an order, you, I ask you 5 questions. You cannot ask me anything about my opinion. When is it going to go up? What date do you think? What are the chances and what are the odds and what's the latest thing that has happened and what did this article say? What do you think about this opinion and that? Stop it. And you think I'm rude to you on the telephone? I tell you, I can't answer those questions on the phone. Well, you talk about it on your YouTube, on your forum. It's a public medium. It's a public venue. I can express my opinion. I can sit here and read the Declarations of Independence if I wanted to. It's my choice, my prerogative. But when you call me, you're calling to buy the currency. I cannot tell you yes, I cannot tell you no. In this environment on my YouTube, I can express my opinion, and I do. So when you call, look at here, you should write this down. There are 5 questions that I ask. And if you want, you can send me a text. I prefer a text because if you do a voicemail, I may not be able to understand what you're saying properly. But these are the or just call me. And these are the 5 questions I ask. Number one, your phone number. Number two, your full name. Just like it is on your driver's license, is you're going to send a copy of your driver's license. Number three, the address where you want the product delivered. Number four, your email. Because then, when we hang up, I'm going to send you all the instructions on how you pay for the order. It has my broker's address. It has your total, it has your group number, it has everything you need in order to fulfill that order. And you have to send the money to the broker, not to me, to the broker, in 48 hours. And if you do, your order is guaranteed. Even if it goes up while you're waiting for it, it'll come to you. But if you send it on the third, fourth, fifth, sixth day, whenever you feel like it, um, no, we have the prerogative to tell you, we're not going to send it to you because the value went up. Okay? Okay. And another thing, thank you for the success of, I guess, I don't know, KTFA app? Is that the name of it? What, honey? It's got a name? FX Sentinel. No, excuse me, I'd say it properly here. FX Sentinel. No, really. A lot of you joined it. Thank you kindly. I think it's a good tool. It's going to be a fun tool. In fact, everything that I just said to you right now, yeah, we're going to put it in that app. I'll put my name, I'll put my phone number, and I'll put the prices for the 3 currencies that we sell right now. We sell the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnamese dong, and the Indonesia rupiah. And there's also going to be about another 10 more currencies that we're going to be selling when I stop selling the Iraqi dinar. The Iraqi, if I stop selling the Iraqi dinar, that's the linchpin to sell about 10 other currencies. And we will have an office. You'll be able to call and you can order it there. But I'd rather not. You already know why. It's called tariffs. Did you see the report for our economy? I think it was 2% higher than what they predicted. Oh, I'm excited about next year. And then if they do pull this trigger from the 29th to the 31st, oh my word, so many Americans have been seeded. We're not going to just sit on the money. We're going to buy stuff. We're going to build homes. We're going to buy homes. We're going to build businesses. We're going to hire employees. I mean, thousands of people give jobs. I mean, our economy is going to explode next year. The rebate, I'd say 90% of American citizens, because of the big, beautiful bill, are going to get a rebate. You don't even know it yet. They lowered your taxes. In fact, when they take a poll right now, what do you think of our economy? Oh, it's pretty bad. You don't know yet, do you? You listen to the fake media, you're brainwashed. But next year, when you see what happened, you can see it right now in food, gasoline, turkey was $17. The whole meal was less this year than last year. I'm excited about next year. So, anyways, if you need me to order Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, Indonesian rupiah, my name is Frank26. You call me at 419-283-2552. 419-283-2552. And then I give you or you give me the answer to those 5 questions, and I send to your email the instructions on how you pay for this order. And it comes to you FedEx. It requires a signature. And it gets to you in about 7 days, roughly, something like that. or less. And when it arrives to you, and you sign for it, please don't throw away the envelope. I told you I want to spend 3 minutes. It's going to be a little bit more, but I want to educate you. Okay, please don't throw away the envelope. You see, oh, right here, that it tells you right there. Larry Altman, the broker in Virginia. There it is, right there. There's this a stamp, the date. It's even the time when it was delivered, the time and everything. And this is a receipt. You open it and count it. My broker can make mistakes. Count it. And if you're missing anything, you let us know. Inside the envelope is another receipt. Now let's say that you wanted to give $500,000 to somebody else. Take the receipt. Oh, I just lost my dinars. Take the receipt. Down here on the bottom, put I so and so on this date turn over $500,000 to so and so, and then sign it and put your email, your social security number, whatever you want that identifies you. And then have the other person that you're giving it to sign it that they received it on such and such date. Make a copy. You keep the original and you give the copy to the person that you gave the other half to. Got it? Okay. That's how you do that. And and like I said, count them. Now, when you call me, you try to be specific. You say, "Oh, I want 25 Ks." You lucky you're gonna get something, because in all honesty, there are 25 Ks left. But well, no comment. You get what my broker sends you, what he decides. It's his prerogative. So these are 50K notes. And by holding it up like that, you can see all the water markers, can't you? Look at that. I see a horsey. I see a pig. Looks like a pig. But maybe you can't see it, but I'm not sure if you can see it from that angle. But that verifies it. And the little cellophane window there for the 50Ks. And when it's 50Ks, there should be what? 20 of these. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alrighty, I'm satisfied. Put it back in the sealed, protected. The most important thing, the receipt. And I put it back. And then I go take it to its destination. I don't keep it in my home. And I secure it. If you study the Iraqi dinar with me, we're done. God bless you. If you stick around for a little aloha, I'll give you a little aloha, just a little bit. You ready? You can have regular lights in your greenhouse. The sun is preferable. The sun is preferable, no doubt. But come, Tim, bring that. Oh, let me get up here. Fall over. I'm coming. Go ahead and get the camera, babe, and I want to show them this. In back of you is this type of light. These are the lights that you can use, family. This is a soft light. This is more of a direct light. That hurts the plants. This is much better for the plant. But if you want the plant to grow like it's springtime, then you want these types. This is a different LED lights for the spectrum of the plant to flower. So in here, if you remember, let me move this over here, Jen. Come on over here. If you remember, it was over there where I showed you the ginger. You can't see because the light's off. But over there is where the ginger was. Remember, it was purple? It was a very beautiful purple flower. Well, over here is something that is coming because of these type of grow lights that we have. Look what happened. This, whoops, sorry, buddy. This is a plant from Hawaii. This one right here, the spotted leaf one. But look at that. To have it flower, to have it bloom like that in this environment. It's got yellow. Here, let me get one. There, I got it. I'll put it under the light. Isn't that pretty?
It's too much.
You can't. Oh, too much light? Really? Oh, you can see it better. It's got a yellow piece in the middle and purple. Now check this out, family. This is one of the flowers from Hawaii, and over here is another flower from Hawaii. This is called not gardenia, jasmine. You see this right here? Here, let me get the flower. Right there, I'll take it off. That, ladies and gentlemen, is jasmine flower. And it smells so strong. Oh my goodness, it's like a gardenia, but it's a Hawaiian jasmine. And look, when it first comes out, look, come down here. Look, the flower is also pink. It'll come out in two different colors. There's the pink flower. Go ahead and turn on. Oh, come on, come on. Let everybody see your face. Oh, never mind. So there and there. It's amazing to have these flowers flowering in our greenhouse when it's like 2 degrees outside. But that's what I wanted to show you, my aloha. And there's one more thing that came in the mail, and I want to say thank you. Where's that at? Right here. This is a good friend of ours. He's up in Michigan, isn't he? Thank you, brother. Thank you. First of all, of course, look at that. That is so cool. Now I have to drink lots of water. I think I got plenty of reserves here. Thank you. I'll treasure this. Okay, I'll invest. XRP hat with it. And then where's there's this, is this it? This is the one that has is this the Lord's Prayer? He sent us a beautiful plaque, steel, with the Lord's Prayer on it. We'll put it on the wall. And where's my, here it is. And he sent this, which I found interesting. So in Hawaii, this is from Michigan. So I guess it's for fishermen. This is obviously my knife. Let's see. Yep. Ooh, look at that with a curl. That'd be good to gut out the fish. Okay. And then I guess if I want to open a bottle of champagne to celebrate. Now this I can't figure. Well, that's something to open, I guess, like a can opener. But this I can't figure out for the life of me. Did I break it? I'm not sure. But the fact that it's oh, you know what? Maybe that protects that. Whatever the case is, it's so kind of you, my friend. Thank you for sending us a box of goodies. God bless you all, family. What do you think about the 29th to the 31st? I already know what you think. Bye. Sweet aloha.